Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. Welcome members and potential members viewing our video today. I'm Hugh Mays and I'm the president of the Statesboro Jaycees. We're a group of young professionals, leaders making positive change in our community. We focus on leadership, professional development, and serving our community. We typically hold our monthly meetings in person every second Tuesday of the month at Nats Landing in Statesboro. Our meetings start at 6 o'clock p.m. with networking starting at 5:30 p.m. before our regular meeting. Due to the COVID-19 situation and social distancing measures, we're doing things a little bit differently this month. We have decided as officers to record a condensed version of our regular meeting for our members and anyone interested in joining our organization. Now I'm going to let my officers introduce themselves and then we'll get started with our meeting agenda.
Hey guys, I'm Allison Murphy, the Vice President of Management.
Hey, I'm Hayden Latulip. I'm the VP of Development and the Events Chair.
Hey guys, I'm Molly Bickerton. I'm the VP of Communications.
Hey everyone, I am Christopher Wiggins. I am the Treasurer.
Hey everyone, I'm Cam Hayden, the Vice President of Membership.
And I'm Brianna Hayden.
All right, and now we're gonna turn things over to Cam for our membership committee report for the month.
All right, we are currently sitting at 34 members, and all members right now be on the lookout for Chris sending an invoice within the next month. And upcoming members, our future members and current members, be on the lookout for upcoming membership events on our Facebook.
All right, and we're going to turn things over to Hayden for our events committee report.
Yep, I'm going to start with a recap of the Luck of the Irish raffle. I know it seems like it was forever ago, but it was a successful event. We had a good turnout at the final drawing right before social distancing really became a thing, and we were able to raise $1,716, which we're really excited about. That money is going into the Statesboro Jaycees pocket. It's going towards our goal of establishing a brick and mortar establishment. So we're really excited about that. And we're looking forward to making this an annual event that we repeat every March. So excited about that. Next on the report is Drinks for a Cause. Right now, this is tentatively scheduled for May 29th, but that is subject to change, and we will be providing updates via our social media pages and other forms of contact. While we don't yet have the place or date completely ironed out, we do have our beneficiary lined up, which is Ordered Steps Home for Girls. That is a 6-bed residential group home located in Brooklet, designed to provide a nurturing environment for children and adolescents. They empower girls to identify and evaluate behaviors and issues causing problems in their lives, educate and teach them skills conducive for growth, and provide an environment where issues can be worked through assertively within the program or by utilizing existing community resources. So this is obviously a great organization that we're looking forward to collecting some items or raising some funds for. We will let you know what those items will be. We'll be passing around a list, but again, TBD, more details coming soon. And then finally, Jaycees Night Out. We can't forget about that. That's coming up on August 1st. This is open to everyone 21 and up. So please keep that in mind and invite friends, whether they're in the Jaycees or not. We want as many people hanging out with us as possible. We haven't selected a theme or a beneficiary yet for the event, but we will be opening that up soon for us to vote on, and we'll keep you posted. And that's it for the events report.
All right, thanks Hayden. Next we're going to turn it over to Allison with the relay pageant update.
So we haven't yet decided on a new date for the pageant. We're trying to watch exactly to see what COVID-19 is going to do, just because this is an event that affects immune compromised individuals. So we want to make sure that it's at a time where people that are associated with Relay for Life can be there to support the pageant. But I did want to show you all a little something. We do have our crowns here ready to go. They're here and ready. But like I said, we don't know exactly the date yet, but we're working with the venue, and because events were already scheduled for, this summer into the school year next year that have already been pre-scheduled, we're working with them to try to figure out the dates that are still available, and we will let you all know just as soon as possible.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Allison. All right, so for the next part of our meeting, we typically do some type of training or presentation or some type of learning for our members. It's typically called our professional development portion. But today, since we are having kind of a slimmed down version of our meeting, we came up with a 5-year or past 5 years kind of a recap of what we've done as the Statesboro Jaycees. And I'm going to turn it over to Molly. We're all going to cover part of the presentation, but I'm going to turn it over to Molly to get us started.
Thank you, Hubert. So I'm going to minimize our video here so we can see the presentation, but we wanted to kind of just cover the last 5 years of our service. So originally, Jaycees, or the original, or I guess the original chapter was started in 1994 and it lasted to about 2009. I've picked some classic archives over here, but on our website, I just want to show y'all, if you are interested in getting some classic throwbacks, if you go to our About section and hit this link right here, it'll take you to our Google Drive, which we have a lot of other pictures, and you might actually know some people that are in there. See if I can get some to pull up here. But there are some pretty classic throwbacks in there. So after talking to some of the members who started back our Jaycees 5 years ago, just to kind of get a feel for what was the reason for why the original chapter stopped being active. And it really was just basically that the active members that they had at that time aged out. And so there wasn't enough members to really keep it going. But as you can kind of see, and if you read through these articles, you can see that even from back then, they were very involved in the Statesboro community and were a huge resource to our community and local nonprofits, which is why we still continue to do what we do even today. So since 2015 reboot, we have been carrying on that legacy. We rebooted in 2015 because the Savannah Jaycees, so I'd like to give a shout out to the Savannah Jaycees. They recognized a need in the Statesboro area. And so a few of our members who are still our members got together and started the new chapter of the Statesboro Jaycees. So like I said before, the history of the Jaycees is service oriented. It's always been service oriented, but we have always been known in the Statesboro community. And so because we have logged over thousands and thousands of service hours, and this includes the service hours that we log or that we get from our other organizations that we're involved in. Some of us are involved in Leadership Bullock, some of us involved in Professional Women of Statesboro, Service League, those kinds of things. So thousands and thousands of hours of service are logged in through the Statesboro Jaycees. And we've raised over $30,000 for local nonprofits, and that includes monetary and donations, item donations. So I'm going to turn it next to whoever is supposed to be covering Jaycees Night Out.
That's me. So yes, Jaycees Night Out, which I've already kind of touched on earlier, is probably an event that the community is most familiar with, or I would think so. And it's definitely a popular event. It's a good time for a good cause. And the Jaycees Night Outs that the Jaycees have hosted have been very successful. You can see on this slide the list of all the great organizations that the Jaycees have been able to assist through hosting the Jaycees Night Out event. There's always fun themes involved, just a few like 80s prom, superheroes, famous couples and duos. So that's always a lot of fun. And as I said earlier, I just want to throw it out again. This year's event will be on August 1st, and it is open to everyone in the community. And we just really love that event.
And another event that we host is Drinks for a Cause. And some of the nonprofits that we have helped recently in the years is Safe Haven, Miscellaneous Veteran Families, Our Girls Rock 2, and Ogeechee Casa. And with these events, we help local businesses while, with hosting them there, and all while we host nonprofits. And not only do we raise funds, but we ask these nonprofits for a list of specific items that they are in need of. And that could be anywhere from, notebooks and pencils to certain types of clothing. So it's just an event that we love. Like always, we always have a good time, and we help raise funds and item donations for specific nonprofits.
Not only do we like to have a good time, but we also like to do some work. We have biannually supported the soup kitchen for the last couple years, serving over 1,000 meals each year to low-income families. We were also partnered with the Statesboro Arrows, which is a baseball team that allows kids from all groups and all ages to play sports. We have supported the Relay for Life for the past several years and actually won an award in 2018 for raising the most money for Relay for Life. We also partner with TMT Farms and United Way. Restoring the Breach are just some of the other things that we have raised money for and also supplies for. So like I said, not only do we like to have a good time, we like to support these nonprofits by collecting items for them as well.
All right, so we do a lot of professional development at with the Jaycees. We do part of it at our monthly meetings. We usually have a section in our meetings that we cover that I mentioned earlier. That can range from anything from public speaking to networking tips and skills, to even how to manage certain personalities in the workplace. So it's really good professional and individual development for our members. We host quarterly luncheons as well, where we have speakers come in and speak on certain topics, certain professional topics as well that help our members. And we even have kind of social events and that promote teamwork and that sort of thing too with our, we've had a kickball team for a few years in a row, which is a lot of fun. And we have a lot of networking events as well that we host.
Whoops, sorry.
All right.
And continue.
All right. So as you can see on the slide here, we have won quite a few awards over the years. Since we kind of started back, we've won Chapter of the Year 2 years in a row. And that is one of our goals. Again, this year we are competitive. And we have, I think there are I think it's 17 chapters in the state that we compete with for all of the different awards that you see on the slide here.
So if anything that you have seen right now and has piqued your interest, and if you're interested in making an impact in the community, or just being involved more in the community, and you're between the ages of 21 and 40, this is how you would come to join the Statesboro Jaycees. You would go to statesborojaycees.com. And then once you get to the webpage, if you look in the top right corner, there's a button that says join. You'll just click on that. And then you would scroll down, and then you would fill out all this information. It'll send an email to us, and then I will be sending an email back to you, letting you know a little bit more about us. And if you have any questions for us, and then from there, we would just add you as a member, and you'd be part of our prestigious group.
All right, so service to humanity is the best work of life. That is the last sentence of our JC's creed, which Molly's going to put on the screen for us in a minute. That's usually how we end our meetings. But from a, I guess, personal perspective, when I first joined the JCs, I kind of came into the organization and learned a lot about the networking. I like the professional development, but the thing that made the biggest impact on me is serving our community. And it surprised me how much I really enjoyed serving our community with the members in our chapter. So if the JCs are something you, again, think that you might be interested in, please let us know. We'd love to have you at one of our upcoming meetings. All right, Molly, next slide. So the last thing we're going to leave you with, we do have a 5-year gala that we are planning for. It's going to be some point in the fall. We haven't set a date yet, but that is going to be open to our current JCs and any former JCs from the area as well. We will post more information on that on our Facebook and Twitter. Instagram, and on our Statesboro Jaycees website as well, and we'll update you on that. Does anybody have anything else they want to mention before we close out our meeting?
Yeah, I do. I was going to mention, and I'll share this video on our Facebook page, but one thing that we need to keep in mind is that our Statesboro Regional Sexual Assault Center has been pretty busy during the COVID-19, and so they reached out to me and asked for us to donate some USB drives because they have increased in their forensic interviews that they have to record. So we were able to donate 20 USB drives to the Teal House, and they were very appreciative of that. So even though we are not physically together, we're still making sure that we are touching base with the nonprofits that we're connected with. So just kind of keep that in mind, that we're still active. And I'll share that video on our Facebook page this evening. So just be sure to watch it.
Sounds good. Does anybody have anything else?
I was just going to say one more thing about anybody that's interested in joining the JCs, or if they're unsure about it at first, to at least just come to a meeting and just give us a try. You don't have to join on the spot. You can take what you get from that meeting and then, kind of chew on it a couple of days and then make your decision from there.
That's right. Anything else, guys? All right, close out the meeting. We will post more information as we find out more information about when we will be able to have our next regular meeting in person. Hopefully it will be next month, but we'll post it on our social media sites and our website and let you guys know. If we're not able to, we will do most likely some meeting format similar to this online. And Molly's got the JC's Creed up for you. And I think that's it. Thanks, guys.
We miss you.
See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.